does this make-believe battle of the generations exist? Let me take this off because I don't think y'all gonna take me serious. One of the most annoying things ever is everyone prejudging each other without actually taking the time to understand one another. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. We're both black. Man, I've been passionate about this topic for a while now, and I've been having to get it off my chest, so here it goes. I know many of the older generations don't understand these terms. When I refer to different generations, they say that they think that we're saying the alphabet, and we're talking about the alphabet. When we say baby boomers, Gen Z, Gen X, millennials, stuff like that. Now, when I refer to baby boomers, I'm referring to those born between 1946 and 1954. When I say Gen X, Generation X, I'm referring to those born between 1965 and 1980. Now, millennials born between 1981 and I think 1996. Gen Z, which is my generation, born between 1997 and 2012. These are all of the timelines for different generations, and these are all of the names. I may not mention the silent generation, those born between 1928 and 1945, specifically because a vast majority of them have already passed on, or they typically just mind their business, I think. And this is also a disclaimer. When in the beginning part of this video, when I say we, I am incorporating Gen Z and Millennials together for right now. We're in this together for right now. I can't say how many times I've heard someone of the older generation, baby boomers, and Gen X speaking about us, Millennials and Gen Z. And most of the time, it is negative. If I could count, I promise you, I would have more hands than Squidward. Something I'll never understand is the way that they speak about our faults. It's like, yo, are you forgetting that y'all raised us? I mean, yes, we may have some issues.
Anxiety, crippling depression, there is no question, you should kill me. Let me be with her.
Okay, a lot of issues. I mean, we really have a lot. Half the time I don't even like identifying as Gen Z, to be honest with you, because of the stupidity and the ignorance that comes from some of the people. But at the same time, it's like the younger ones are still preteens and teenagers. I'm still a teenager, but you were born in '02, so you kind of have an old soul. Typically, those born between 1997 and maybe '02 is the safe spot. Right. One thing I've noticed in the short time that I've been on this earth is that anything that happens in life, anything in life, there will always be a negative and a positive. Pros and cons. I don't think that there is anything on this earth that does not apply to. That's just how the universe works. So with that being said, not everyone in our generation is a complete buffoon. Just like not everyone in your generation has their head wrapped on tight. Actually, a vast majority of us who are innovating, breaking generational curses, having open discussions about trauma that should have been had, and looking into how to parent our future children better than we've been parented, if we ever make it to have any. And that's not to say that y'all are all terrible parents. Please don't take offense. I'm not in the business of trying to make anyone feel bad. I'm just trying to tell the truth. And there's just a lot of things that need to be done, a lot of things that need to be unlearned and healed, especially in our community. And millennials, y'all know y'all are not off the hook either. Y'all got a little older and think that y'all different. You think that you're completely exempt from everything that I'm saying, because some of y'all be doing the same stuff that they be doing. I be peeping the little sneaky comments. But I'm gonna leave you alone because I know that you're already a mess. No, but seriously, at the end of the day, we were all given this life. Now, whether we asked for it or not is up for discussion. That's a bit of a deeper topic. So with that being said, we're just figuring it out. There's no guidebooks to life. And even if there was, I know that I wouldn't want to live my life like you, and you wouldn't want to live your life like me. We were all born in different times with different circumstances that we've had to deal with. And how people handle certain cards that they're dealt not only depends from generation to generation, it depends from person to person. Like, baby boomers have this forgive and forget attitude and tend to sweep things under the rug, similar to people who ignore their problems. And a lot of them may have felt like they had no choice. Like, what they had was the best that they were ever going to get because what they had was all they knew. They didn't see anything else. There was always a lack of information. And I completely understand that. Gen X low-key has an it is what it is attitude. Some of them fight, but not too many. Kind of like those people who just be vibing and just go wherever life takes them. Millennials talk about things, but don't really do anything about it unless the control is fully in their hands. Similar to people who complain about a group that they're in or a community that they're in, they dislike what's going on, but they don't do anything about it, so they just make their own group work on themselves. Now Gen Z has a let's call this out right now, let's talk about it, let's do this right now. Because I remember on March 15th, 2012, you said this. In May 12th, 2013, you did this. At this time, at this location. Yeah, let's talk about it because they're really similar to people who really don't have any filter. Gen Z has the ability to cancel people like this while also struggling with social anxiety. Make it make sense. Hella crazy with a whole lot of mental health issues. 50% will to live. But hey, we make it happen. And plus, we're growing up, or we have grown up in the information culture. Information right at our fingertips. Sometimes so much that we get information overload. But it's progress, because as I just analyzed, the generations get better and better. As always, as it always will be, there are some cons that do get worse and worse. But there are a lot of pros that also get better and better. Kind of like looking at the glass cup as half full instead of half empty. And at the end of the day, we all need each other to figure out this thing called life. And I know I mentioned Gen Z and Millennials having mental health issues, but we all have it. We all have things that we struggle with. Literally, all of us struggle with mental health. Everyone. And I may joke about it, but in a serious matter, we're all human with real life issues and real emotions. And it's okay not to be okay. It does not make you weak. I want us to start looking at the bigger picture and analyzing the positives and the negatives. And this is for millennials and people of my generation too. Everything about our parents and grandparents is not all negative either. They deserve some compassion as well. We will literally never know what we all go through because we're all going through different things at different times. Baby boomers have gone through segregation, discrimination, marriage issues, family issues, financial issues, worldly issues, trying to raise our parents during the crack epidemic, and whatever else they have endured and seen. Same with Gen X. They have lived through some of the effects of segregation, navigated through the world during the crack epidemic, gang violence, financial issues, life issues, and how they handle that and are still handling that is in their own way. I feel like it just boils down to leaving the judgment alone, communication, and getting to know each other better. Now, whether you have some personal issues with some baby boomers and some of the Gen X or millennials in your life, or even people in my generation in your life, that's your personal issues. And I hope that you're able to heal that. But speaking as a whole, if we want to make this world a better place for the future generations, we gotta get together. We gotta get some understanding. What we need from y'all is understanding. And what you need from us is understanding. At the end of the day, we're all human and no one wants to be misunderstood. Wait. Anyone who's still here and believes in astrology, bro, look at this. It's the battle of the generations. It says the generation battle explained by astrology. Pluto and Leo, those are the boomers. The boomers got Pluto and Leo. The millennials have Pluto and Scorpio, because honestly, the boomers and millennials really be the main ones that be arguing and battling after each other. Us Gen X and Gen Z, with Pluto and Libra and Sagittarius, we really be minding our business. Tea and vibes.